Good evening, hockey fans. Welcome back into the Neutral Zone on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. The Olympics are here. Opening ceremony is Thursday night here in the United States, but the women's hockey tournament gets started right away. We've got a game starting right away tomorrow on Groundhog's Day even, because over in China, it'll be Thursday by the time they drop the puck. Zach and I will be breaking down the women's field, taking a look at it, and of course, setting up what we are all sure is going to be yet another gold medal match between the United States and Canada. Oh, Canada. Will the U.S. be able to win gold for the second Olympics in a row, or will Canada reclaim the crown? We'll be discussing that, plus the other countries that are going to be participating in the tournament. But it won't all just be Olympics tonight. No, we're still going to be stateside. The NHL is still playing, still having games going on. The All-Star break is just a couple of days away. But there has been all kinds of craziness and silliness going on in the NHL, including a 62-shot game, plus news on the Flyers and the Avalanche, and our usual brand of silliness and fun. This is the Neutral Zone here on IE Sports Radio. Buckle up and stay out of the boards. And once again, good evening and hello to everyone. I am Adam Karnick. Zach Popoulos will be along with us in just a moment. You have found your way into the Neutral Zone. So happy that you are here with us on February 1st. Yes, tomorrow is Groundhog's Day. Taryn and Larry are already in the chat, and Taryn can't believe that we're already in the month of February. Good evening, Zach. Can you believe it's February?
I cannot. Oh, my gosh.
Was writing...
Felt like it was dragging on, but, in reality, it actually went pretty quick.
I had to write the date today a lot while at work, and I kept wanting to write 1 dash, no, scratch it out, 2 dash. There we go. Now it's right.
Yeah. It's like just when we get around to writing 22, then we have to change the date, the first one.
Yep. Just when you get used to it. Well,
tomorrow's going to be fun. Tomorrow will be fun, too. You get 2-2-22.
Yeah, 02022022 for those that have to write the full date. Yeah. Doesn't matter if you're in the U.S. or England or wherever you are writing the date. It's all going to look the same tomorrow. It's the one day. It's the one day out of the year where that happens.
Yeah.
Well, we have got a full show for everybody tonight. I think we'll probably start stateside. The NHL is still officially going on. There are games going on tonight, but then after tomorrow, a couple of games tomorrow night, and then they will be done for their All-Star break and their All-Star festivities. But, of course, the Olympics are almost here. Zach, you're going to have to keep me from singing the theme at some point tonight because I already want to. So we're going to have to...
Theme?
Yeah.
Or we could just, sing it once with gusto and get it out of our heads.
No, because once I start, I'll just have to keep bringing it back. But the Olympics are here, and the women's tournament gets started right away, right out of the gate. The opening ceremony is Thursday night. The women's tournament actually starts tomorrow night, 11 o'clock Eastern. Wednesday night is when Canada has its first game of the preliminary round. So they get started right away, right out of the gate. So we will be We will be talking all things Olympics tonight too. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yes, sir.
All right, but before we get into that, let's, of course, acknowledge our sponsors for the evening, starting with the Southern California Warriors semi-pro football team. The world of semi-pro sports is unlike any other sports organizations. Players pay to play in hopes of so many different outcomes, whether it's playing to get filmed, to try out for professional teams, big-time colleges, or just playing to stay in shape. No matter what, all semi-pro players have one thing in common, and that's playing for the love of the game. The SoCal Warriors have been on a quest to earn titles and give players second chances since 2017. Whether you're in Southern California or anywhere in the world, give semi-pro sports a chance if you love your sport. You may get that second chance you've been waiting for as an athlete. Go to Twitter, find them at SoCal Warriors, Instagram at Southern California _Warriors, or Facebook search Southern California Warriors. Background Check International. Businesses. Are you looking to background check a new hire on? Let Kit Fremen take care of that for you. Kit founded and has managed Background Check International since 1994, and he's here to help you with the screening process. Contact Kit and let him help make the hiring process that much easier. This business is used for professional background checks and not for the use of any crimes, such as identity theft or any other illegal activity. Go to bcint.com or find them on Facebook, Background Check International -BCI. IE Sports Radio, you can find us at IE Sports Radio, whether that's Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, or go to our website, iesportsradio.com. And when you go there, you can find out information about our fan of the month, Jim. He is at Steel 436-44268-GO. He is a Steelers fan. He's probably raising a beer to Ben Roethlisberger retiring after a long, long career. While you're there, also, you can learn about all of the 30 shows that we have on the network right now and about each of the hosts, whether it's myself or Zach or Taryn, Mike, Larry, any of the guys there. You can also find the link to our Patreon page. Please, if you are at all able, support us on Patreon, just like at Emlos Great or at a Bay Area Raised on Twitter do. We have 5 different tiers. The first one starts at just $5 a month, which that gets you a shout out on each of our shows. Their higher tiers include IE Sports Radio merchandise like t-shirts, hats, hoodies, ornaments for Christmas time, access to our podcasting university, and even a chance to be featured on a segment of our flagship show, The Defining Moment with Larry B. Thank you all very much for continuing to support IE Sports Radio, allowing us to be by the fans, for the fans, and we are still your direct feed for all that is sports. This show is also available to you on Twitter. You can interact with us there at IESR Neutral Zone. I am at Adam_Karnick. Zach is at The Pupless. Whew! Okay. Got through all the formalities. Zach, let's start things in the NHL. Would you like to start with Philly, Colorado, or a 62 shot barn burner?
Let's do Colorado.
All right. The Colorado Avalanche coming into tonight. The Avalanche, as I pull up my standings, they are atop the Central.
Got it.
Ah, you are on top of it. Take it away, Zach.
32-8-3 in the Central. They just beat the Buffalo Sabres on Sunday 4-1 for their 10th consecutive win. They going into the season, we talked about them as one of the favorites to win the Cup. They have like a 1 in 4 chance, I think we looked at.
Sounds right.
Throughout the season. Yeah, I think that's 25%. I think it sounded right. Throughout the season, they've had quite a few win streaks already. This one just reached 10. This article in particular is about their 9th straight win against your Blackhawks, 6-4 Friday night.
Boo.
Yeah. It just happened to be the one that was proving my point about their win streak. That's all.
A likely story, to be sure. I don't trust this coming from a Red Wings fan.
Hey, man, we beat the oh-so-hot Ducks in overtime last night. I was excited. Anyways, Western Conference leading Colorado extended its point streak to 15 games, surviving a wild finish. JT Comper, Alex Newhook also scored, and Nazem Kadri and Cale Makar added empty netters. But the biggest star was Gabriel Landeskog. He scored 2 power play goals, and the Avalanche topped the Blackhawks 6-4. Avalanche played without center Nathan McKinnon. Oh, yeah. I saw that. Okay. Because of his nose, who missed the first of at least 3 games because of a concussion and a facial fracture. That was against Boston last week. There was blood. That was when I was asking you, when I texted you about how they get the blood out of the ice.
Yes, yeah, we were both watching. That was the Wednesday night game right after the Blackhawks Red Wings last Wednesday.
Yeah,
and they had Boston and Colorado on, and yeah, that was a shot that McKinnon took. That was scary.
Well, and they said it wasn't even like necessarily the other guy's fault, like, because just the way his stick was, it was like almost like his stick hit his face. So like the penalty was decreased on the Boston Bruins player.
Yeah, they thought at first that Taylor Hall had deliberately put his stick into McKinnon's face, and then which would have been a game misconduct penalty, and they reviewed it and then saw that no, it was incidental, so it's just an interference penalty, but it was still bad because, Hall's stick literally got jammed into McKinnon's nose.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And then they were saying on the broadcast that that once it's already called, you can't renege on that, and so they had to. All they could do is just lessen it.
Oh, well, it was absolutely a penalty. I mean, McKinnon's flying down the middle of the ice, and Hall just stops right in his way. That is textbook interference on Taylor Hall. It was a penalty. It just wasn't a game misconduct. Oh,
okay, gotcha. All right, so Colorado improved to 31-8-3, now 32-8-3, for 65 points, tied with Florida for the NHL lead. Coach Jared Bednar, I don't know what it is here recently, but they're just finding ways to get the job done. It wasn't pretty at times tonight, but we've got guys who make a play here or there to get us a goal. We weren't perfect defensively either. We got caught napping a few times, but we're making plays to prevent goals. It's something new every night that's helping us win. Patrick Kane and Brandon Hagel each scored twice for the Blackhawks, who trailed 3-0 early in the third period. Dylan Strome had 2 assists. Chicago played without captain Jonathan Taves, who's out indefinitely because of a concussion. Ooh, ouch. Pavel Francouz made 39 saves for Colorado. He lost his bid for a second shutout this week against Chicago when Hagel scored on the deflection 1 minute and 38 seconds into the third. Francouz was great again to Newhook, who celebrated his 21st birthday on Friday. A couple of times we hung him out to dry, but he was rock solid. Avalanche beat the Blackhawks 2-0 in Denver on Monday. They went 4-0 against Chicago this season, but the games were competitive. A lot of these teams, these top teams we played them pretty good, most of them. Blackhawks interim coach Derek King said, "We didn't get the start we talked about over the course of how many months I've been here. I do like the way we've competed and stayed hungry, stayed in it, and made it exciting. But when you're playing teams like those, you have to be ready to play for 3 periods, and we weren't." Landeskog, Colorado's captain, has 4 goals and 6 points in his last 4 games. He has 18 goals in the season. Marc-Andre Fleury stopped 21 shots for Chicago. McKinnon's injury has thrown his availability for his 5th All-Star appearance into question. The 26-year-old has 9 goals and 34 assists in 31 games. This talks about how he got hurt.
McKinnon should have nothing to do with the All-Star festivities. I don't care if he's medically cleared. Just don't. You're way too important to Colorado.
Oh yeah, no way. It's not. It's the All-Star game. It's a glorified exhibition game.
Right. And a confusing exhibition game at that, because it's the NHL. They can't do anything simply.
Right. Why are the confusing ones always my favorite sports? College football, NHL.
Don't get me started on college football. That whole process needs to get burned to the ground and just built back up. But yes, the NHL's All-Star break is a very close second. They've tried about 4 versions of this, and each one just makes it more confusing. Just play a hockey game. That's all you need to do. West, East, go, play. That's all it needs to be.
Yeah.
I digress.
You're good. I'm scoping through this while we're digressing.
While you're digressing, yes, the Blackhawks have played. The scores have been relatively close against the Avalanche. Each game, it has felt like the Avalanche have been toying with them, just like a cat with a mouse.
Oh no!
That's so cute and adorable. You're so cute. Oh, we'll keep you in it now. Oh, you think you're going to win this game? No.
Psych.
Yeah. And the Avalanche have a very good chance of making it 11 in a row because they are playing our favorite team tonight, the Arizona Coyotes.
Ow!
Who we probably won't have time to get into it tonight, but at some point we need to talk about them moving back to college.
Yeah. And oh my God, did you see the savage tweet by Brad Marchand?
Oh, yes.
Burn.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We will.
I forgot all about that.
Oh, well.
I'll scope that out for next week.
Yeah, we'll leave a lot of the juice on the bone for next week, but to just dangle it out there for everybody, Brad Marchand, the Coyotes are going to start playing hockey at Arizona State, which can only host 5,000 people. And Marchand was asked about it on Twitter and said, well, they usually have to give away 4,500 tickets in order to get 5,000 people in the building, so they should feel right at home.
Right. Ooh, burn.
Yes, indeed. Taryn is feeling the pain of the Ducks losing to the Red Wings, by the way.
In overtime, what up?
And wait, did that game go final? I see Taryn asking about the Kings losing to the Flyers. Did that go? Oh, they're playing the Jets tonight. That was a couple nights ago.
Here, I'm looking. Oh, well, here, you look. I'll finish this article. How's that sound?
There you go.
The teams connected for 4 goals in a 98-second span early in the third. Kane scored his 11th goal of the season with 6 minutes left, cutting it to 4-3 when he was left open at the left side of the net. Kadri added an empty netter. Makar sealed it with 13 seconds left. Almost a record. The Avalanche's 15-game point streak is tied for second in franchise history and matches a run last season. The team's longest point streak is 16 games set in 2000-2001. Comfort had a goal, an assist, and a second period fight with Hagel. It's a.k.a. Gordie Howe hat trick.
Goal, assist, and in a fight.
Yeah, I read that the first time, and I didn't understand it, but yeah, that's great.
Oh, yeah, that is Gordie Howe all over the place.
To a T, huh?
Yep.
Worth noting, Avalanche recalled former Blackhawks forward Dylan Sakura from the minors to take McKinnon's roster spot. Blackhawks recalled goalie Colin Delia from Rockford. Of the AHL, he backed up Fleury with Kevin Lankinen, sidelined with a right hand injury. And Colorado defenseman Devon Taves, who entered as the NHL's plus-minus leader at plus 35, played in his 200th game. Oh, this answers the question I've been wondering ever since I saw him at the beginning of the year, probably. He's not related to Jonathan Taves.
No, he is not related to Jonathan Taves.
But he has the same last name. That's so crazy.
Well, it's Canada. It's not that unusual of a last name. It's not quite Anderson or Jones, but it's not that unusual.
Oh,
it's not unusual. I'm going to sing tonight. I'm just fair warning. I'm going to sing tonight. Everything's going to trigger songs.
Well, if it wasn't you, I was me. I was going to run with that one too. So
to answer your question, Terrence, so the Flyers beat the Kings in overtime over the weekend, and it ended the Flyers' 13-game losing streak. First of all,
wow.
Part of it, Taryn, honestly, was just bad luck on the Kings' part. It's really, really, really hard to lose 14 games in a row. So the Flyers were bound to win one eventually. But also, the Flyers blocked 20 shots in the game. That's a lot of saves then that you don't have to make as a goalie. And that goes a long way when you're able to block, when your defensive men are able to block that many shots for you. And Carter Hart had a good game. He made 37 saves. That's a hell of a night from any netminder. So combine that with the 20 blocked shots, plus the Flyers got out to a great lead. It was 3-1 entering the third period. Frankly, that game should not have made it to overtime. The Kings were lucky to get away with a point out of that one. Now, some of that's also Philly is just bad at hockey, but yeah, that every losing streak has to eventually end, and unfortunately for the Kings, they happened to be the team that was up. And then, I'm sorry, Zach, go ahead.
You're in a losing streak, and I'm sure some games are blowouts, and other ones are competitive, and the ones that are competitive, just I feel like they light a fire, and they show you what's possible, and oh my gosh, hey guys, guess what? We can do this. We're so close. We're only one goal behind, and you do that enough times, and you're going to break through.
Yes, yep. Eventually, yeah, you will break through eventually. So speaking of ridiculous stat lines, though, Calgary and Columbus. Zach, did you see the box score, any of the lines from this game? This was last week, Wednesday. Calgary played at Columbus.
I did not happen to, actually.
The final score was 6-0. Now, if I were to tell you 6-0 in a hockey game, you would think that probably Columbus played multiple goalies and the defense just didn't exist, and the box score would be horribly skewed in Calgary's favor, right?
Right.
Well, that's not quite the case. For Columbus, and I'm going to get his name wrong. It's a good thing Gina isn't in the chat room tonight. We have lots of hockey back and forth with the names. Elvis Merzlikins.
Yeah. I just had it before you said it.
We're going to go with Merzlikins until we're told otherwise.
Yeah.
He played the whole game. And he had a fantastic night. He saved 56 shots
Oh, my gosh.
Calgary got off 62 shots in this game. 20 is on the low end of decent. They got that in the first period. That was their average number of shots per period in the game.
Right.
It's just an absurd stat line. Calgary outshot Columbus 62-23, nearly 3-1. Calgary won 62% of the face-offs, 2-1, nearly 2-1 at the face-off. Neither team scored a power play goal, but Calgary had 3 to Columbus's 1.
Wow.
And Columbus blocked 15 more shots. Calgary could have had nearly 80 shots in this game.
And here I thought Edmonton was the one with all the video game numbers.
I know, right? It's just...
Right.
It's just... It blows the mind. And you look at it, no one person had, like, double-digit shot attempts for Calgary, which that would be bizarre to have that many. But, I mean, you're talking... Backlund had 8. Rasmus Anderson, one of their defenders, had 7 shot attempts. Gaudreau had 6. Matthew Chakuk had 6 shot attempts. 2 of them went in.
Matthew Tkachuk.
Tkachuk, thank you. I'm sorry.
You're good.
My Russian slips from time to time.
You're good. Merzlikins, I think is. Yeah, that's how you say it.
But
I'm
it's
looking at
just
the box score right now.
Yeah, just looking at this box score, Columbus was lucky to only give up 6 shots, to only give up 6 goals in the game. Just an amazing, amazing game from Calgary. I don't think we'll ever see anything like that again.
Yeah, that's insane.
It's just, I mean,
well, and if you look at their records too, I mean, they're really not even. Well, hang on.
Calgary's decent. Calgary's 20-12-1. I mean, Calgary's a 40-plus point team at this point in the season. They are good. Columbus is floating right around 500. You know, Calgary is the better team, but
Calgary has just 2 more wins, but they must have more overtime wins. Because that's at 6, that third number.
for Calgary, Columbus. Yeah, when you have all those overtime losses, that hurts. But yeah, I saw that one come across last week, and it was just, what the hell?
Yeah. Blue Jackets defenseman Zach Werenski. It's almost easy to play well when the team is playing well. There are certain times in the season, however, and this is one of those times, the team is not playing great. And I have to look at that and be the guy who sparks the team. I'm frustrated with how I played.
Yeah, well, they're all frustrated with how they played, except maybe Merzlikins, because though at the same time, I'm sure he got home, or he got done and just fell straight into the tub. Probably didn't bother to take his equipment off, just fell in the tub and had to ice off all those bruises, because that's, even with padding, you stop 56 shots. I mean, that's...
Yeah.
The game is only 60 minutes. That's a shot per minute.
Yeah.
Insane. Insane.
Yeah. Flames coach Daryl Suter. They scored some highlight goals for sure. Johnny was full control of the puck when Matthew was going to the net. And when you look, that's a big goal that he scores. That gives you such an advantage, and that's a slick play that he scores on.
Yeah, half the goals came in the third period. By that point, I'm sure the entire Columbus defense was just exhausted, and it was just, take it, get it in the net, get this game over with.
Right. Well, so often people talk about. Well, actually, we were just talking about it in the fantasy chat over the weekend. Like, well, just remember, it's a 60-minute game, 4 quarters and all, and you guys got to remember to play the whole game and keep up that same intensity and not blow an 18-point lead.
Yeah.
But,
well, that's one thing in an NFL playoff game, and it's a NHL regular season game in the middle of January. It's easy to just, you know what, this is one of the 82. Let's just get out of here.
Yeah. But that's legit. Like, I think they played it on all cylinders and played a complete game of hockey. Calgary did there for all 60 minutes.
Losing tonight to the Stars, though, end of one. They're down 2-1 down in Dallas tonight. Is Calgary?
Oh wow!
All right, and then you had a couple Flyers things for us. Let's do those, and then take our break, and then we'll get into some Olympics.
Cool. We kind of hinted at this last week. Philadelphia Flyers defenseman Keith Yandle tied the NHL's Ironman record against Dallas Stars last week, appearing at his 964th straight regular season game. That equals the record set by former NHL forward Doug Jarvis from 1975 to 87. Yandle, 35, can break the mark by taking a shift in the Flyers game at the New York Islanders last Tuesday night. Yandle took his first shift 1 minute and 15 seconds into his first period of the 3-1 loss. According to the NHL, that's all he needed to do to tie the record. Firmly on the back end of the Flyers depth chart, the veteran had one shot on net Monday, last Monday, skating 21 shifts to cover 13 minutes and 39 seconds of ice time in the loss. It wasn't really something I expected. I just kind of never really thought about it, he said after the game. I saw the guys standing for me cheering, all the fans. It definitely meant a lot. Yandle's streak didn't begin in his rookie season, but rather in his third season in the NHL. Since March 26, 2009, he's appeared in every game, not missing one for injuries, illness, or suspensions, or scratches. It's an incredible accomplishment, Flyers interim coach Mike Yeo said. Number one, you have to love the game. You have to battle through sickness and injuries, a level of professionalism to come to the rink every night, and he is ready to go, and be ready to go. And he's a phenomenal teammate, and I thought he played a hell of a game tonight. There were some close calls, however. The streak was threatened when the Panthers considered making him a healthy scratch at the start of last season. Yandle also had several teeth knocked out in a November 2019 game and required extensive dental work, but returned that same night wearing a full face cage and then played the following afternoon. It's how hockey players are built, he said. You play through as much pain as you can. There have obviously been some times when I've not felt great, when it was tough sledding. But you try to battle through it, and you help out your team, Yandle said Sunday. For his career, Yandle has now played in 1,074 games with the Coyotes, the Rangers, the Panthers, and the Flyers, who signed him as a free agent last offseason. So far this season, Yandle has 13 assists in 41 games, skating to a -22. Heading into Game 964, he'd taken 25,070 shifts, the fifth most in the NHL during that span. He has been on the ice for 20,863 minutes and 26 seconds, which is sixth most in the NHL. While he is poised to set the NHL Ironman record, there's another player with an active streak right now right behind him, Arizona Coyotes and former Anaheim Duck, Phil Kessel, 34, who played 940 consecutive games beginning November 3rd, 2009.
Oh, the beard on Kessel. I don't know why with Yandle. I know he's played, you said, 5 teams there that he's played for? Is that right?
Let's see.
Right around
Coyotes,
there.
Coyotes, Rangers, Panthers, Flyers, 4. 4 teams.
I know he's played with 4. I hear that name. He's an Arizona Coyote to me. I don't know why, but I only associate him with Arizona.
Oh, well, maybe that was his longest tenure.
I think it's because probably he was playing with Arizona about a decade ago when my formative hockey years, when I was really getting into it and the Blackhawks were doing their thing, and he played in the playoff series against the Blackhawks where Hossa got damn near decapitated. Yandel wasn't part of it, but I think that's why it's just stuck with me. But yeah, I hear Yandel, and I always think of the Arizona Coyotes.
Oh, was that Shea Weber hit?
Yes, and oh yeah, that was a nasty one.
Yeah. We can save this other one. We can break now, I think, if you want.
All right, let's do that. So we're going to take a quick break as I look and see that the Maple Leafs are putting yet another 7 spot up on the board. They're beating the Devils 7-1 tonight. My God, that's like the third 7 spot the Maple Leafs have put up in the last week. Play defense. That's all I can say. Somebody play defense against Toronto. But let's take a quick break, and then when we come back, it's time to talk some Olympics. This is the Neutral Zone on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. The woohoo you heard was from Zach. I am Adam. We will be right back after this.
It's IE Sports Radio. It is your direct feed for all that is sports. It is Philly Sports Talk with Cash and Chris every Tuesday night right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Philly Sports Talk with Cash and Chris is the most comprehensive view on Philadelphia sports exclusively right here on IE Sports Radio. You know what it is, your direct feed for all that is sports. Tuesday night, IE Sports Radio, Philly Sports Talk with Cash and Chris.
Are you a Minnesota sports fan? If you are, you should join me, AJ, on my Thursday night podcast called Frozen Takes with AJ on IU Sports Radio. I talk about all things Minnesota sports, from the Vikings to Lynx basketball. Every week I talk about the good and the bad of sports in the land of the Frozen Lakes. Join me Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time for your Minnesota sports show on IU Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Calling all Indiana sports fans, this is your podcast. Welcome to High Octane Entertainment on IE Sports Radio. Join me, Justin Lahr, as your host on Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific to hear all the latest and greatest sports updates on everything from college to the pros in the great Hoosier State. No matter what, it's guaranteed to be high-octane entertainment. That's Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, hear me and hear me good. If you like sports, then you like the Wait a Minute Show. If you like comedy, then you like the Wait a Minute Show. If you like a different opinion coming from a different angle, then you like the Wait a Minute Show. So join me Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with your host, Jelani J.B. Bodie. And of course, my man Lopan on the WaitAMinuteShow.com. Ain't that right, Lopan?
What is going on, everybody? My name is Harrison Glazer, and we're coming at you from the Show That Never Sleeps podcast. I cover the Jets, the Islanders, the Nets, and the Yankees.
This is Pierre Moss, and I cover the Mets, Knicks, Rangers, and the Giants.
Our show is live every Wednesday through Spreaker and a bunch of other ways to get our content. Again, we're the Show That Never Sleeps podcast. We talk about all those New York sports. It's a lot of fun. We get into all of it. Please tune in. Again, that's Wednesdays at 6 p.m.
And we look forward to having you guys right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
And welcome back into the Neutral Zone here on IE Sports Radio as I hit a wrong button. Sorry about that. There we go. Sorry about that. This is the Neutral Zone here on IE Sports Radio. I am your host, Adam Karnick. Zach Popoulos is back with us as well. All right, a lot of NHL in the first segment there, but now we can get into the nitty-gritty. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. It's time for the Olympics.
Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum.
I'm just, keep going. I'm just conducting. I'm just basking in the glory of that music. Sorry.
Bum, 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 ba-da-dum, bum, bum,
Ba-da-dum, bum. As we have now lost the entire audience. Hey! All right.
Can't be that bad, right?
Well, you know. All right. So it is that time again. I know we just had Olympics, 4 months ago, but now, hey, COVID, we get 2 Olympic Games in less than a full calendar year away from each other. This is kind of cool. And now it is time for the Winter Olympics. The women's hockey tournament actually begins tomorrow night, 11 o'clock p.m. on the East Coast, 8 o'clock out in the West Coast tomorrow night, but it'll actually be, if I remember I don't have the time up in front of me, I want to say that's 11 o'clock in the morning, Thursday in China. Oh, we didn't lose Taryn. Taryn is still here. He's cooking dinner. What's on the menu tonight, Taryn? I had to just wolf down a plate of food before coming down to do the show. What's dinner tonight? He says we are friggin' awesome, by the way, Zach.
Thanks, Taryn. He's too kind.
He really is, but I appreciate it. You know, it just keep telling us we're doing well, whether it's true or not. Just keep telling us we'll be fine.
Taryn, thanks for blowing smoke up my ass.
Exactly. There we go. Larry left, but he came back, so there's that. We got that going on for us. Larry, happy birthday, Larry, by the way.
I was just going to say.
I need the sound of the hockey sticks clanking against the boards there. Happy birthday, Larry. So yes, the Olympics. There we go. The women's Olympic tournament begins tomorrow night, 11:00 p.m. in the East, 8:00 p.m. in the West. Canada starts off the tournament for us. Obviously, here in the States, obviously the U.S. team, we're looking to repeat with gold. We upset Canada 4 years ago. Zach, can we do it again, do you think?
I think we got a decent shot, yeah.
It certainly feels like inevitably this is going to be coming down to U.S. versus Canada. The U.S. won in the Olympics. Canada then didn't even medal in the World Championships in 2019, but since then, Canada's right back to the top, just right back there, right into the top of it again, and they beat the U.S. again here recently, just a few months back. I think they played in the World Championship play, so it feels like it's going to be U.S. Canada. Who should we be looking at who should we be paying attention to on the U.S. roster, Zach?
Sure, I got it right here. For the women's team, there are 23 players. 15 have prior Olympic experience. Kayla Barnes, Megan Bozek, Hannah Brandt, Danny Cameronese. Let's see here. Alex Carpenter, Alex Cavallini, Kendall Coyne, Brianna Decker, Nicole Hensley, Megan Keller, Amanda Kessel, Hillary Knight. From the general manager, Katie Million, says, naming an Olympic team is always a momentous occasion, and we're thrilled to take this next step on our journey. The players have consistently worked hard, and we battled through adversity in the last 3 months. And we're confident in the talent and energy they bring to the ice as we look to take home gold in Beijing.
And to just kind of emphasize the point for a minute that this really is going to be between the U.S. and Canada, I went over to FanDuel real quick to just look at the odds. Canada is the odds-on favorite at minus 125. Then you have the U.S. at minus 105. Zach, correct me if I'm wrong here, because I know you know just a little bit more about this than I do. But basically what that means is if you want to win $100, you have to bet 125 on Canada, or you'd have to bet 105 on the U.S. if you wanted to win $100.
I think so, yeah.
Everybody else, the other 7 countries, Finland, the Russian conglomerate, Switzerland, Sweden, Japan, Czech Republic, Denmark, and China. The next closest odds, Finland, is plus 1,500. Meaning, if you bet $100 on Finland, you would win $1,500 if they were to actually win the gold medal. And Japan, the Czech Republic, Denmark, and China are all plus 10,000.
Ooh. Whoa.
So long odds on those countries. So the odds makers truly believe that it's going to come down to Canada or the U.S. And really it's almost more compelling to see who might be playing in the bronze medal game.
Yeah, true. The coach of the team, Joel Johnson, has this to say. This team has great veteran leadership in combination with an infusion of younger talent. The skill, focus, and energy they bring to the ice will serve us well as we head to Beijing with our sights set on bringing home gold. First-time Olympians include, there's 8 different first-timers, including Jesse Comper from Northbrook, Illinois, Jinsey Dunn from O'Fallon, Missouri, Savannah Harmon, Caroline Harvey, Abby Murphy, Abby Roque, Haley Skamura, and Grace Zoomwinkle from Excelsior, Minnesota.
I do not know where Excelsior is.
I don't know. It's just fun to say. There's somebody from Sault Ste. Marie, that Abby Roque.
Hey, that's like a hop, skip, and a jump across the pond from Canada. That's basically Canada's south.
Yeah, right? Hillary Knight has now been named to 4 Olympic women's ice hockey teams, joining Jenny Potter, Angela Ruggiero, and Julie Chu as the only American women in U.S. hockey history to accomplish that feat. The average age of the team, strong mix of veteran experience and youth, ranging age 19 all the way up to 32. So the average age is 25.9. And all 23 have either currently play, or are committed to play NCAA hockey, with the University of Minnesota leading the way with 8. Wisconsin has 5. Boston College has 3. Northeastern University has 2. And 1 each for Boston University, Clarkston, Lindenwood, Ohio State, and University of Minnesota Duluth.
Yeah, and Carolyn Harvey, you mentioned her. She's 19. Could you imagine playing in the Olympics at 19? That's, man.
Yeah. Definitely, yeah, huge pressure on their shoulders, that's for sure.
Yeah, when the U.S. won back in 2018, of course, for us, that was our first gold medal in this event, which has been going on since 98. Canada has dominated this event. Canada getting the silver medal in 2018 was the first time since 2002 that Canada didn't get the gold medal in this event, in this tournament. Now the U.S. and Canada, they've played 6 times since the 2018 games. Canada's won 4 of them. So
4 of the 6?
4 of the 6 have gone Canada's way, including the 2021 World Championship.
Wow. I just want to make a quick note. Megan Keller is one of those 15 that have prior Olympic experience. She played in 2018. She's from Farmington, Michigan.
We know where that is.
Boo.
Well, that's carrying a grudge from a long time ago.
Old band rivalry.
Yeah,
band rivalry.
yeah, old marching band rivalry there. Wow, yeah, that's... All right, we're digging up the 20-year-old dirt tonight. Here we go.
Woo! I said something to our other friend Adam about that, about something from like 22 years ago today. And so why not bring up other, dig up other old dirt?
Why not? Why not? Yeah. Story time here on the neutral zone. What do you know?
Right.
But yeah, getting into this tournament, it's certainly, I mean, if the gold medal game is anything other than the U.S. and Canada, I'd be shocked.
Yeah.
I would be absolutely shocked. And it's going to be more interesting to debate who winds up in the bronze medal game. I have the feeling that we're going to see Russia take part in that game. I was reading about them a little bit last night to get ready for tonight. They're young. They're energized. They're one of those teams that they look at on paper and it's, oh yeah, they should be good enough to compete for the bronze, and then something always happens and they finish 4th or 5th when you think, oh man, they should have finished 3rd. Why are they not finishing 3rd in this tournament? But
right,
I I have a feeling that we're going to see Russia take the bronze, but anything other than yet another U.S.-Canada gold medal game. And they are going to play in the preliminary round as well. I want to pull that date up real quick here.
Sure.
Get the schedule for the Olympics up here. Here it is. Team USA hockey. They play Canada they start their the US first game is going to be Thursday morning. We will be able to watch them Thursday morning, 8:00 in the East. Taryn and Larry, you two are going to have to get up very early to see Team USA on Thursday. You'll have to get up at 5:00 in the morning. Start your day off right with some hockey. That's one of the things I love about the Olympics being in China. When they have the hockey games at night, you wake up, you turn on the television, and there's hockey on. It's great. It's wonderful. I love it. That'll be on USA Network is their first game. They then get Russia at 8:00 Saturday morning, again on USA. I think everything's going to be on USA. Yeah, except for the gold medal game. That'll be on NBC. Everything else for the U.S. is going to be on USA Network. The big one is a week from tonight at 11:00 at night. Actually, it'll be Monday night for us. I'm sorry. Yeah, I want to get this right. It's Tuesday in China. It'll be Monday night to us. February 7th is when the U.S. and Canada face off in the preliminary round. So they have Finland, Russia, Switzerland, and then Canada in the preliminary round. Could easily take at least 3 of those, if not all 4 of them.
Yeah.
Any other of the women's countries of note for you, Zach, other than obviously U.S. and Canada?
Not that I know of right now, anyways.
Okay. Yeah, Finland is a little bit older of a squad. Switzerland is another one that could be competing for the bronze medal. These are the 4 in Group A: U.S., Canada, Switzerland, Finland, Russia. And Finland, maybe. They're a little bit older. I wouldn't be surprised if they fade a bit down the stretch. I would not be surprised to see the bronze medal game be Switzerland and Russia. And let's see if Russia can come up with it this go round. But should be exciting for Team USA in the women's hockey tournament. Love to see a second gold medal.
Yes.
All right. Well, I think that is going to do it for us tonight, and we're actually pretty close to on time. All right. So I will, as Larry always likes to say, he's the birthday boy, so I can quote him tonight. Time to cue the music. Want to say thank you to our sponsors, the Southern California Warriors and Background Check International, for continuing to sponsor not only this show, but all of the shows here on IE Sports Radio. Thank you to the birthday boy Larry, to Taryn, and to Mike for hanging out with us tonight in the chat. Glad that we could keep you entertained with our particular brand of silliness and zaniness. Next week on the show, of course, we'll be talking more NHL. They'll have the All-Star break. We'll review that, plus their games that they're playing, because they're not going to the Olympics. We'll have had Team USA will have started its Olympic journey. We will break down some of that. We will have had the USA-Canada matchup by then, so we will be breaking that down. And whatever other craziness that pops up in the hockey world along the way. For Zach, I am Adam. We are the Neutral Zone here on IE Sports Radio. Thank you so much for continuing to tune in and listen to us and go on this fun and crazy ride along with us. We really do appreciate it. Until next week, stay out of the boards. Certainly stay out of the penalty box. For any of you guys on the East Coast or in the Midwest where Zach and I are, please be careful over the next couple days. The weather is going to get rough. Be careful driving to work. Be careful getting home. Be safe. We will see all of you next week. Zach, you've got your show on Thursday night, buddy. Knock it out of the park. Tomorrow night, next up will be Pierre and Harrison with the show that never sleeps on Wednesday night. Until then, good night, everybody.